Here's Carrie Coatney again, doing my third chapter in this year's coverage of 2025 Free Comic Book Day. We're at the halfway point, and this is done for the Purple Pinup Guru Panache Plaza WordPress .com blog. Just enter in PP Guru Carrie Coatney and takes you right there. So I have a line of another nine books in the pile to go over. But before that, I thought maybe I go over a few books in the past. Now, you may think you pick up these books and they'll probably be thrown in the trash years later, but don't do that, because some of these books have escalated in value. I wanted to show you 5 examples of a few books that have gone up in value. And I have one right here, Amazing Spider-Man book here. This was the start of Nick Spencer's run, and Ryan Ottley, who is one of the people who co-created Invincible for Image, which is now a very popular Amazon animated series. And he started a little, not too long. He wasn't on the book for very long, about Amazing Spider-Man. And this book, you picked this up for free back in 2019. It's now worth $8 now, so you might want to invest a little money in there. I'm going to show you that one last. When Free Comic Book Day first started out in 2002, I believe this was one of the first books that Marvel put out, and that was a Free Comic Book Day edition of the Ultimate Spider-Man, issue number 1, which is worth a few $100 or so now if you have the original form. But this one is worth like $7. This one today, if you have this edition. Secret Wars is coming out next year. Marvel's Avengers Secret War, and apparently elements from the upcoming movie will be taken from this line of this miniseries that was written by Jonathan Hickman, mostly dealing with Doctor Doom and his in this big beef that you'll be having in the multiverse. This is a fairly recent book. I believe this was really this was released in 2015. And this book is now I have a few copies of this book. I have like maybe 4 or 5 copies of this book, and they're worth $7 a piece now. Even though I don't have it with me, I can't show it to you. Last year, though, there was an Ultimate Universe book that came out. Now, you may this next one I'm going to show you just blew me away. I found out this book was worth some money, and I had no idea that this was a hard to find item, and that is the Star Wars Clone Wars Adventures, which was based on the anime series that came on before the regular 5-season one. This was a short series done by the creators of Samurai Jack. Genny, can't pronounce his name right now unless it's like in front of me. But he's also the creator of Primal and a few other awesome series. Anyway, this book is worth $25 now, and I've seen some go high as $35. So this is a rare find in my collection there, and I've got plenty of free comic book day editions to go through, see if they're up in price. But here's the one that started it all in escalating value, and that's none other than the Umbrella Academy. Now, fortunately, my system that I'm using to price my books, it's gone down to $25. But I've seen Still, some price guys list this for up to $80. And this is the one that began it all. This one that started the whole phenomenon. The word, Netflix latched on to this property to create a 3-season, oh no, a 4-season show. And not only that, is the first regular issues up to like $80 too. So those are a couple of the past books that have gone up in value in Free Comic Book Day. So, and there's also a few other ones. There's one I can't find right now. There's like a DC Comics 52 one that Jim Lee did the cover on. That's worth $35. I can't find that anywhere. Okay, so on to the books right now, and we're this week. We start off with Gundam, mobile suit Gundam, Wing. Now I know this series is Gundam. I know that Netflix has done a few animated series based on this property. I think I watched one last fall, actually. It was done in entirely CG. Looked incredible. I wanted to see that that it's big giant robots and that they go off on missions to protect Earth from all sorts of nastiness. And the enemies, like maybe Russia or China, maybe, or whatever. But this is a big franchise in Japanese. I'm sorry, in Japan, and this is a big epic book here. Every page is filled to the rim with story and art. The paper quality is nice. Yeah, the lettering is still off-putting because it's so enlarged, and I had but it's quite involving. A lot of characters to keep track of. A couple, great space battles and things. And I thought it was an okay read. Not the best, but and you can buy some models in the back there, and there's a whole big line of stuff over here. If you check it in, and a couple of barcodes there, you want to check those out. I didn't check exactly what those ones did, but like I said, like a couple weeks ago, check the barcodes because you see you get some many surprises in store for you. Check the barcodes. Wait till I get to the last book. I'll tell you what I mean when you just check the barcode of that one. Next book up is Hawk Teach, and I thought this was a I would say this is the read of the week for my Free Comic Book Day editions. Jeffrey Brown is an Ignaz Award winner, and he's done a few children's books, graphic novels, and sort. Now he tackles the Hulk, and it takes quite a liberties with the origin of the Hulk in here, but you don't mind. You got some great repartee between two watchers in here, which is quite funny, and you got Bruce Banner. They in the origin story, they sort of make the Hulk go through a Dr. Manhattan process of turning into the Hulk, which he's accidentally locked in a lab, by some meddling kid who's there on a field trip. Check it out. Imagine you taking your kids out to a gamma radiation lab for a field trip. I think kids would go nuts over that. But you can see the black and white and green is quite a blend here, and it got some funny lines with the Avengers and Fantastic Four in here, and it's a jovial series on the Hulk here, and with some really quick repartee and some quick wit to keep you entertained, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think you would too. It's a preview of a graphic novel coming out in August, and you got young ones in there. Make sure your kids are in on it. This is a collaboration between Marvel Worldwide and Graphics, which is an imprint of Scholastic, so it's in good hands. So enjoy that. I hate Fairyland. Funny stuff. but I'm not an avid reader of it. It's basically he's been Scotty Young's been doing this book for 10 years now, and he does it. It's still a special edition stored as if you were reading into a bedtime, your kids to bedtime. I would. Your mileage may vary, on whether your kids can read this or not, because even though it alludes to a lot of it alludes to profanity, but doesn't quite. Another word is substituted instead. It's told in a storybook format, and it details, but basically what Scotty's been up to with the book the past 10 years. He gives like a recap of the past 42 issues. I looked it up. He's done 42 issues of this book over a 10-year period, and apparently a new person is going to be taken over by the name of Derek Loffman. Colors are vibrant, and it's a great page spread here. And 40. I thought I said 44 issues, but it's 41. Okay, so it's coming out next month. A whole new era of I Hate Fairyland greatness. That's cute. Next up, IDW. There are a lot of financial trouble these days, and they're barely struggling. As you know, they did. I talked about their Godzilla book last week. This week they're starting a line of horror comics, and divided through four previews here. Fingers crossed that this works out for them. By the way, they're a company that their main headquarters now is down the street from where I live, in Sherman Oaks. Like they're right across the street from where I pick up. No, actually they're across the street from the Taco Bell on Ventura Boulevard. They're in an office building there. So there's four previews. One's called Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sleeps, and it's done by Patrick Horvath. Not familiar with his work. It's about a missing duck, missing person duck / person duck, and I don't know. Have you checked Planet Earth? I think that's where Howard the Duck now lives, but kind of it didn't really float my boat. The next one, however, 30 Days a Night, is coming back. This series is created by Steve Niles and Ben Templesmith, but only Steve Niles is involved with this special miniseries. It's written by Rodney Barnes. I know that name from somewhere. It's more of something to do with a devil cult that's on the in Alaska, and there he is. It's the new guy where he is. Tulutha is a project being worked on by Galvin Fullerton, and it reminds me of a lot of like Primal. Like I mentioned before, its artwork is very similar to that animated show, and it looks appealing. And the last one that soured on me, called Blood Honey, and that is by Steve Peacock. High school horror hijinks don't really float my boat anymore. But it's an interesting premise where they have tournaments to win prom dances or something like that. So I'll give it points for some originality there. But to me, it looks like something like you would find in an Archie Sabrina Chilling Adventures of Sabrina comic. And okay, it's that. Next, Spidey and His Amazing Friends. This is the third one in the row, third or fourth one that Marvel does done in a row based on the kiddie show. Where Spidey and His Amazing Friends, they're Spidey. They're more they're like 10-year-old kids now, and they exist in the world where villains can do all sorts of crazy damage, and their only punishment is get webbed up and maybe stay there until the web dissolves. They can go out and just cause more mayhem and destruction. You never see cops involved. You never see any of the villains get arrested on this show. So they spawned a sequel series of Ironman and His Awesome Friends. Now this is what bugs me. The Ironman is featured on this show as Tony Stark, 21-year-old, 22-year-old young adult with a mustache, but yet somehow he's been reverted to a kid. Now that has happened in the real Iron Man book too, so maybe they can explain how this happened. And like Amazing Spidey, he's not Spider-Man, he's called Spidey. It's Spidey, Spin, aka Miles Morales, and Gwen Spider, or Ghost Spider rather, and those head up the court of the Amazing Friends. Now in the Awesome Friends, it's Kitty, Tony Stark, Riri Williams, and Amadeus Cho as the Iron Hulk. So Ironheart also is coming out in a series in Disney. Coming out after, Andor just ended. So it's going to be at the end of this month that show debuts. Ironheart is also going to be on the cover of another Marvel book I'll be talking about next week. Since you're a kid, if you're a parent and you want to teach your kid how to read comics, here's some 5 easy steps on how to do it. How to show your kid to read a comic book left to right. You get some. Yeah, the art's okay. I noticed that all the artists, I think they were employed either South America or Spain. Their names signify they are all South American artists. So, okay, I guess you get a preview of what this series is going to look like, because this is going to come out as a series to accompany Spidey and His Amazing Friends series, and you get a glimpse of who the main baddie is, and that, of course, is Ultron. So, there you go. The couple stories for Spidey. Easy to read, looking for clues and stuff. No major baddies, thank goodness, because it always seems it's always Doc Ock or Green Goblin or Sandman that they're always fighting. And now they added a few like Armin Zola and the Trapster, but there are a couple things. You kids can make this book last by playing the board game that's included in the back. All you gotta do is you need a pair of dice and some cardboard stand-up figures or player pieces, and a little coloring thing for kids. So this is the complete package for your child to enjoy over and over again. Okay, so I'm hitting my first manga series, and I'm not the biggest fan of this format. I don't like well, it's interesting. I'm not against the on how to read a manga per se, because it teaches how to read it on the cover. Oh, not in this one, but you have to start from the back and work your way to the beginning of the book, and of course, you have to read from right to left. And because that is the first page of the story, and that's the first panel, second panel, third panel, next page, blah, that. I don't have to teach you all this stuff. I pretty much outlined in my blog for years and years and years. So this first one is Tower Dragons. These are new projects, and I guess these are very prestiged creators who are working on this book. So this is Tower Dungeon. And the second feature, the cover feature is, take a look at that, is a project called Issak. I found this one interesting. This was done as a animated series on Netflix. I would watch it, Netflix or Hulu or whatever. Basically, it's like a type of European flavored magna rather than a Japanese flavored magna, and there is something I can't show you in this book. Just another thing, this book should have came with a warning on there for this is not for kids, because there is a rape scene and a couple FUs thrown around. That's the first one. What are the odds that two magnets would come and right behind one after the other? And this book is from Viz, and these are two long-standing anime series from Shohin. It's a big popular manga book in Japan. I can't pronounce it. Shohin something. Shohin Jump. There you go. I think that's it. And I'm gonna f up this up. It's called Kagurabachi. Kagurabachi. I don't know, man. And the other one is Boruto, the two blue vortex. So this is I'm trying to find out if this one's been done as an animated series, and because I watch it because it's great. I don't enjoy too much manga, but I did like this particular story, and it's got to do with the Yakuza, and it's violent as all hell, and it kind of reminds me of the series I'm watching now on Netflix called Devil May Cry, and I'm enjoying the heck of that series. I know it's been renewed for a second season. It's also the series, the last work of poor Kevin Conroy, aka the Batman animated series, and I like this one. This was it's not entirely original. As there's a lot of these characters go around wielding swords and going after mobsters and stuff, and then your demon, he has a sword that's occupied by souls and stuff. I mean, this katana. It's much like the DC character, and Katana was named Katana. She has a sword that eats souls. And the second feature is Boruto, which I learned that is a series on Hulu right now, and it's a sequel to Naruto. And I've heard of it, but I never watched it, and one day I will. So there's some interesting stuff that happens in here. Anyway, moving on along, come up with one of DC's young adult previews, and this one's called Kanga-U, Um, I don't know why someone would want to do a project on kangaroos, but if you watch any of those YouTube videos, they are vicious. They look they look inhuman. I mean, they act like they have like human traits to them. If you ever see a kangaroo box somebody or chase after someone or grab hold of you, even it's almost human like, and it's like muscle men coming at you. They're scary. They're scary animals. I don't know how Australians can put up with them for so long, but nonetheless, there's a group of them. They want to help. They want to be Wonder Woman's. They're vying for a competition to become young young Princess Diana's protector and rider on the island of Themyscira, and they're quite a lively bunch here, cute and cuddly almost, but there's no such thing as a cute and cuddly kangaroo, because if you ever try to hold one, it's gonna scratch your freaking eyes out. So there's some kangaroos and different traits, and it's some wonderful artwork in it. I think the writer Solly Fish, I think she lives nearby here locally. I think she's been to Earth 2 Comics and has done a few signings on her past projects. But it's okay read. I think a lot of little girls will like it. If you get something to them to relate to. The backup feature is a young adult version of Justice League Dark. You can see there's Blue Devil there. I believe the girl is Santana, and they are joined by Dead Kid, aka Dead Man, when he was a little boy, when he was a dead little boy. That was fun, and a little preview. This is book, I believe, is coming out. This Kanga book is coming out in January. I mean not January. I mean June next month. So keep on the lookout for that. And last, we have Keenspot Toybox. This is the first of Keenspot's 2 books that I'll be reviewing. I'll be reviewing the next one next week. And these are 10 separate features, which I am in all of, because I have so many of these names to write in the blog. But apparently, some of these characters are Hollywood properties. And one has been made into an animated series. I'm just finding this out. One of these has been made into an animated series shown on YouTube. So let's go through them. You got Happy Astronaut, Toy, Squish and Squash. Oh, that's the one that's the end. That's the one that's an animated series on Netflix. So I'm gonna look into that. So I was unaware, but this one was my favorite one. This is Robot Girl, Robot Plus Girl. I really like this one. This was a good one. It's sort of like I'm thinking of, wow, this could fit easily in heavy metal if you really wanted to, but heavy metal for kids. But it was a well written story. I'm gonna have to look into more of Mike White's work. So that's the thing about Free Comic Book Day. You know, you can fall in love with one of these projects and just go looking out for more. There's another one, Sister Powers. Not familiar with that one. Kung Fu Legumi, whatever. That was okay. There's like a surf riding with a turd. The Glopple, and there was a fourth wall type of story, Free Comic Book Day story. This was fun. Groups was fun. I like that story. Imaginary, I think it's a kid and his imaginary friend, and he gets some kind of certificate. He already won it in a contest against somebody who won a contest to be a principal for the day at his grade school, and he chooses the next to last day, and he tries to change the whole curriculum around. Zor, yeah. Next, oh, this one was great. This was a good one too. Kid slap shot. And Ubis Rex. If you're into skateboarding and hockey and playing hockey at the same time, you want to wear a mask and go defeat villains, this is the book for you. So something I should show my ex-roommate, this book here. I think he probably would dig it. So and here's the this is where I read about the information about that what were turned into the series, and then and one was here's Keenspot had a movie made with who was it? Oh geez, it was a movie with Owen Wilson, and I think I played this at my employer's theater. Marry me. Well, anyway, that's all I got this today. We'll pick up where I left off, and I'll see you next time, or next week sometime. Bye.